it was. So
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I tell you, this year, I've had so many positive
like that.
responses. I think it was actually my best in the 22 years of Hall of Fames. I really do. I mean, they all been good,
Oh,
but
yeah. Okay. Hey, I'm on a Zoom meeting with the people from the Hall of Fame, so.
somebody on the
All
phone.
right, talk to you later. Yeah, bye.
Grandmaster Susan was.
Okay, well, who you talking to since everybody in the world's gonna know? Susan,
I'm sorry, what?
who are you talking to since everybody in the world heard you?
Oh, my son.
Tell him to call back later.
I did.
No, I mean, I had a blast putting it on. Had some issues in between time. I scared the heck out of everybody on for breakfast on Saturday morning. But even Friday night had some health issues, but I'm still kicking. Jason, how you doing?
I am good, sir. How are you?
Oh, pretty good. Now, when are you and your lovely lady gonna tie the knot? Everybody else seems to be doing it.
That's a good question, sir. Every time I bring it up, she kind of just looks at me.
Well, I tell you what, we can have a preacher or an individual that is certified to do weddings at the Hall of Fame next year. How about that?
Well, Matt has tried for the past 2 Hall of Fames and she's declined.
Yeah. Decline, huh?
Yeah.
Too many people?
No, she said getting married at a bar just wasn't her idea.
A bar? It's not a bar. Golly.
Well, we was actually at the bar when Matt started, so.
Okay. Oh, my goodness. Well, this year, 23, got the venue, same place, and I've already got the group. It's a mariachi group. These guys here are coming up from Plant City, which is down by Homestead, down by Miami, more central. I got a demo from them. I don't have it here, but they sound extremely good, very upbeat, and they travel amongst the tables. What I have already done, I've talked to the people at the hotel. Patty, I think her name was, the blonde that was basically in charge of the catering. She said that they do have a stage, 16 by 16, because what I was thinking about doing is actually having the stage put right smack dab in the center next to the wall. That way, if you're sitting on this side, you're sitting on that side, you're going to have a good view of what's happening. So that's what we're looking for. And I think it'll work real well. For the Saturday thing, what we'll do, we'll just roll up the tables and get those out of the way so we'll have plenty of room. We will not have a dance floor. It's not necessary. We only have 4 people dance anyway. So I'll save $500 on that. Let's say the stage itself won't cost that much, but at least I'll be able to see everybody and everybody able to see me, as well as those that are coming up for, have the picture taken, receive the awards and all that good stuff. We had one drawback this year, and it's my fault. I forgot to, I made the announcement about having all the black belts at the end of the seminars, so we can have a photo shoot. And I only mentioned that once. And when the seminars are over, I was basically saying, y'all have a good time. We'll see you about 4:30. And I forgot all about it. So no group shots. Sorry.
I've got a group shot.
You do?
Yeah, on my page. I got a bunch of us.
Hmm.
I don't think it might not be everybody, but I'll get it to you.
Yeah, please do. Please do. Of all the masters, everybody, or?
Yeah, I think it's everybody. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay. All right.
Didn't you, sorry for interrupting, but wasn't the picture of everybody put together done during the middle of the seminars and not at the end?
I think so. Dwayne, you wanna answer that?
I saw some of them on Master Pierce's page, but I think what he wants, guys, is he wanted a picture of everybody who participated in the entire seminar. We didn't get those photos over.
Oh, because I thought he just said he wanted all the black belts.
Well,
I did.
I'm sorry. What we were going to do was we're going to get everybody. Then we're going to drop down to grandmasters, then masters, and then black belts. So we're going to get different photos of everybody.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
Well, it's just like before any kind of parade, you gotta have a little rain. So, but after the rain comes and goes, the flowers bloom. So that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Okay, so what's been happening since the Hall of Fame with you guys?
Work.
Yeah, everybody received the resignation of Jason Myers.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, I wanted to go ahead and get that out there and let everybody know. We're still looking for different martial artists in various parts of Florida, and if it's the same thing in your specific region. If it's a large region, Jason, particularly where you're at, you can only cover so much territory. So if you know of anybody in, let's say, Southern Virginia that would like to come aboard and potentially take over the directorship within that region, that's, we're open up for discussion.
Okay. I've got a gentleman, a friend of mine who just moved to Florida. He's down near Del Rey.
Okay.
If you're looking for somebody to maybe fill in that area.
Well, what's his name? What's his style? What's his rank?
His name is Dane Harden.
That sounds familiar.
Dane is a just retired colonel from the Army. 38 years. So he was mandatory retirement. 20 some years with the VA. Multiple combat tours. He's a 8th Dan in Taekwondo, a 4th Dan in the sword with Dana Abbott, and 4th, or I think he may be a 5th Dan now with Kevin Block in Yoshinkan Aikido out of Canada. And then he's black belt with Ishin Ryu, and he's a 6th degree in the Joe Louis fighting system and on the board of directors for it.
Yeah. Does he have his own association or anything like that?
Western Masters Martial Arts.
Pardon me?
Western Masters Martial Arts.
Okay. I just want to make sure if we have something that he needs, and that'd be great. But if he covers all angles, then he may not be interested. But if you want to talk to him, since you know him, and you'll give him my phone number and all that good stuff. Because Del Rey is, it's about 3 hours from here, so it's not too bad. It's a nice place.
I'll reach out to him and see what he says.
All right.
Him and his wife, they just retired down there, left Virginia.
Okay. Hey, who's got a dog?
That's mine. He is being an idiot.
Oh, well. Well, he heard you.
I'm sorry.
He heard you.
Yeah. He's
This is Pepsi Cola, 0 calories. So I just want to let you know I'm not having any booze. Oh, my goodness. How's health around y'all's areas?
Everybody's okay. Everything's okay. I just
Good.
text some directors that I thought would be on the call. They're not, that aren't here.
Yeah, yeah. I sent out a message, at least let me know if you're not gonna show. And those that don't show usually don't tell me. There's two people that has carte blanche about not attending and for security purposes mainly. But the others that don't show, you know, it leaves a sour flavor in my craw. So, because I know when I sent out the original, everybody was going to show. And then I sent out a reminder, no response. All right. So if that is what folks are thinking about our association, then maybe they need to find some other club to play with. I don't know. Because there's some mighty fine martial artists out there that are directors, some new, some old, but communication is the thing. If people don't communicate, then I get no feeling about, you know, where they're coming from.
Right.
I'm redoing parts of our Constitution to reword it, what our mission is all about. I was told that I've got about 12 bullets, and it was suggested that I cut them down to be more acceptable by anybody, especially our young people. They'll see something, if they have to read too much, then they'll close the book. Any suggestions, folks?
Mm.
Yeah. Susan,
Yeah,
you guys are right on the corner of Pennsylvania and New York. Pennsylvania is a huge monster. We don't have anybody in Pennsylvania as a sponsor yet. After Tim passed away,
oh,
yeah, it was very difficult to reach out and grab somebody, or mainly out of respect for him. However, he would not have wanted it that way. He would rather have somebody replace him. So you got friends in Pittsburgh. If you ever have a conversation with them, they don't have to be the same rank as you and Jeff, but they must be at least a third or higher, and that would be good, because there's a lot of good martial arts right there in Pittsburgh. And if we could get somebody from the Philadelphia side, that would be great too. We did have one at one time, and I'll reach out to him once again to see if he actually wants to be a member of the organization. He's a lifetime member anyway, but to fulfill, we'll say Eastern Pennsylvania.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll see what I can do.
Okay. And of course, that also goes the same about places north of you in New York. Since you and Jeff are primarily the New York directors, somebody from Rome, just all the way around up there. If because I know that there's martial arts up there. So if you know of anybody, just get them on the horn and chit chat. And if you'd like for me to talk to them, I'll be more than happy to.
So much of the eastern part of New York is with Grandmaster Alan Goldberg and the Action Martial Arts Hall of Fame. So the eastern side would be kind of tough, but we'll see what else we got. The state's pretty big.
Because it's not necessarily for the Hall of Fame itself.
No, I know.
That's just a sweet spot.
Right.
Alan, he's got his newspaper supporting his Hall of Fame.
Right.
And everybody that participates in our Hall of Fame, that's how we pay for it.
Right.
And so I guess that's why it's become so special. At least to me, it's become so special. Very personal.
Not to change the subject, but can I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am?
Is there any reason why at the event, they can't wait to put the tables and chairs all up in that room so that we actually have more room to participate with the seminars?
Well,
it was-
what I did, actually moved all the tables up off to one side so we could have that kind of room.
Well,
And
Matt and I actually moved quite a few others, and there still really wasn't room to actually physically participate well at all. It was, and then it was a mess because, you know, we pushed tables and chairs, and why can't they just stack them and wait until we're done? They have plenty of time.
well, they really don't have plenty of time. That's the thing, because after the seminars, I think a couple people helped me put them back where they're supposed to go. And that was a little time consuming. We had the cameras. They had to move their stuff too, so.
That's just
By the time-
one, that's
Did we
just one
get-
criticism that I heard some people making, was that they didn't have room to be able to do anything.
Sure, no, it's understandable, and we even had that at the resort on Daytona Beach, in 2019. And we had over 2,000 square foot of place, actually more than that. We still have people complaining about not having enough room. But that's been an ongoing issue, oh gosh, since day one. And I will see what we can do. I'll see what we can do and not even have the tables put up at all. And if it doesn't take them maybe a half hour to an hour to put the tables down, then I think we can work something out like that. So I'll talk.
Or even we can delegate like a group of us that as soon as the seminars are done, it's our job to put the tables and chairs back out. Something like that even, it's all right with me.
I agree with that, ma'am. Sir, what I suggest is you have all the masters there anyway. So put these masters to work. You know, you got 6, 7 degree black belts. They can roll tables out and get those tables set up. We can get those. It's only 12 tables.
Yeah.
If it takes us more than 30 minutes, then we need to work out a little bit over.
Well, I've tried that before, and a couple of years ago, I'm doing all the work, and I had one master say, you know, we can help you. I'm not gonna go around searching for assistants. If they want to volunteer, just jump right into it. But to grab somebody, say, I want you to do this, then we got a potential argument on our hands. But anyway, what I'll do, I'll talk to the folks within the next week or so to just not even put the tables up. The stage will be up, and we can have workout room on both sides. But then we will eliminate any chairs. No one will be sitting down whatsoever, because that's the only way we can do it. So if there's no tables, they don't need to sit. If somebody wants to watch, they're going to have to glue themselves around the walls of the ballroom.
All right.
Right. So why don't we just have chairs lining the walls like we did when we were in Maryland?
Who said that?
This is Dwayne. Why don't we
Okay.
just have the chairs lining the walls like we did when we had the event up in Maryland?
Well, what I'm saying is if we don't put the tables out, we don't put the chairs out, but if they want to sit somewhere, they're going to have to sit around the walls. Because what we're trying to do is make everybody happy. If there's a lot of folks that are not pleased because there's not enough room to work out, we got to find a nice medium somewhere along the line. So that would be my main concern. And you know, we've got some modified instructors, and the thing of it is, we're having more and more people want to get on the floor, as we haven't had that luxury in the past. So what we have to do is expect that there will be complaints because the size of the ballroom, I should have gotten a bigger facility, but it's too an expensive gamble to go for a larger place. Let's see, 2 years ago, yeah, 2 years ago, I went back to the Daytona Beach Resort, and had already been sold out 8 months prior. And I normally get there 12 months prior, but they had three other venues that was there at the same time that we would be there. There's not a lot of pick and choose around here for a large facility. Not that
How big is the stage, sir?
that spot there, I'm not quite sure how big it is, but it's large enough to have a lot of folks in there. If everybody would get in one line, or I should say rows, instead of trying to stay around with their own pack, that's part of the issue. Because I know 3 years ago, yeah, we had, everybody was in a specific line, so it was easy to maneuver around. 22 and 21, yeah, 22 and 21, it got a little crazy. We had a lot of compact areas, and everybody wants to stay. That's what I was saying. Everybody wants to stay with their group here, and then there's a little spot open, and then you got some. It became a cluster mess. But I'll see what we can do for next year.
Right, sir. My concern is if the stage is like a 10 by 10, then it's not beneficial to get the stage. What I could do is we can put TVs up, because I guess the complaint was people couldn't see the evening show. So we can put a couple TVs up on the side, and I can run video feeds to those TVs, and then they can see what's going on up front if they can't see from the rear over.
Well, the stage would basically be for the entertainment, and putting up TVs is still going to take room away because they got to have standards. And I don't know, it's we still have plenty of time to think things out, but I don't want to make the place crowded. And at the same time, I want everybody to have a good time. So we accomplished that this year. So what we'll do, I'll talk to them about the tables, but that's the only thing that we can do. The stage, I think, is a must. And I think they said it was 16 by 16. It's a little bit bigger than that dance floor. And so being against the wall, the far wall, splitting the room in half, you would have all kinds of room to the left, all kinds of room to the right, and also in front of the stage itself. So I think that would do what we need, but for spectators, they're going to have to walk around. That's all there is to that. And people won't like that either, but we got to take the good with the bad. All right.
Yes, sir.
Now we could put we could put chairs around the wall, because we got the deep wall where we normally have the awards, I'm stuck on the table. We'll just have the chairs around there and just all the way around till we get to the other side. That would be one, another idea. But I can work on everything as we go. We still got plenty of time. Yeah. Any other ideas, maybe?
I think we need to know the exact dimensions of the room and the exact dimensions of the stage, sir, because it may be, if it's 16 by 16, that's going to be tight. Ooh, it's going to be real tight. So I'll say if we get the actual dimensions of the stage and the room, then we could bring that to next month's meeting, and then we can make a decision from there over.
I'll give them a call. I'll talk to them. I'll go down there this week and, cause I know they got two different sizes. We had one that did fit the awards. I like to have those off the ground. And, that would be 16 by 8, I think. And so that won't be too congested that way. And so this way we'll still have plenty of room for the entertainment to be out front or whatever the case may be. We got plenty of room for the seminars. So, but I'll play it. I've got to go in and what I normally do, I go in and out of there about 3 or 4 times every couple of months just to get a good feel, because I always get ideas every time I walk in there of what to do, what not to do, what can I do, that kind of thing.
Sure.
Anybody else? Nobody, huh?
No, sir.
Okay, Dwayne, with this year's filming, how you doing on the project?
Everything's coming along, sir. Got all the audio done and everything. So right now we're just starting to patch everything together. Like our Grandmaster said earlier, the biggest issue was how congested everybody was. So, but we're doing the best with what we have, sir. It should be another couple weeks and I should be done with it over.
Okay, did you get pretty good orders?
Everything came out pretty good. I think what we tried to get better this year than what we did last year was the audio, and I think we nailed the audio. So the audio was actually on point. I wasn't happy with the actual composition, and that was due to the amount of people that we had congested in the area. But we'll
Sure.
fix that next year over.
Okay, all right, but what did how many people ordered from you? Anybody other than me?
I really didn't. It was a couple people that ordered. I haven't really looked at it, sir. I got everybody's name down, but I haven't really tallied up everything.
Well, there's 3 of us now. Got 2
Oh,
Webby
two.
we got 1 Webby and 1 Ye and all that good stuff. Okay, all right, just curious. Let's see here. I guess that's about it. I don't have anything else. As far as itinerary, Susan, are you talking? Your mic's off.
Am I what?
I saw your mouth going. I didn't know if you were talking to us or not.
Oh, no, I was talking to Jeff. He suggested, and I don't know how feasible it would be, since so many people like to do the seminars, but they're so terribly short. Why can't we do some Friday, then have the little cocktail party, maybe shorten that, and then
Well,
have
we're not
some on
having-
Saturday?
Yeah, this year we're not having, next year, we're not having the cocktail party. That was just one time. We got a black belt test. We got a black belt test again.
Oh,
So,
well,
yeah,
I was just thinking of a way to lengthen the seminars. I mean, when the very first year we ever came and did one in Maryland for you, we did an hour and a half.
yeah. Well, the whole thing about the seminars is not learning the system. It's like if you go into a smorgasbord and you want to try a little bit of this, try a little bit of that, just to get the feeling of what's out there. And we had one individual that wanted to actually teach an entire course. No, we can't do that. And so I gave that person same amount of time as everybody else, about 25 minutes, maybe 45, something like that. We did have it at 45 at one time. So I really hate to cut back, but it all depends on the volunteers. I mean, we haven't had anybody that has volunteered to do a seminar for 23 yet. And so, all right, if you two guys, what I would like for you to do, if you can messenger me what you want to do, then I'll put your name down.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
I'm
All
gonna
right.
steal Cedric's stuff before he does it again.
Oh, man, that was hilarious.
And Yeah, because
Come
we
in,
had,
come in and say hi, say hi.
do what again?
Talking to my dad. He's sneaking around behind me. I said, if he wants to come in and say hi, say hi.
Let's see, we had what, 8 or 9, 9 seminars this year. If I did anything, I'll probably limit it to only 6, but no less than that. And
Well,
I will
sir,
still have, pardon me?
To speak to Grandmaster Susan's comment, a couple of years back, I think it was during COVID, we were talking about having like a camp, like started on Wednesday and have a couple of camps going, couple people teaching on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Do we want to try to do that again? Because that was
Well,
something
the
we talked
camp-
about, but we didn't do it.
Well, the camp down here would be very expensive.
Okay,
After COVID, things just went sky high, and there is no facility close by unless we can, do something right there at the hotel. I don't know, because there's nothing down towards the beach. But the camp would be good and, have the finalization on that particular Saturday. But as I say, it's gotten real costly. Just recently, the gas has gone down.
right.
Down to $3.49 around here. It was for a while. Well, of course, voting's coming up, so after the 23rd of the month, the gas will go back up. That's usually what happens anyway. But it's something I'll continue to look into, but I can almost guarantee that the camp probably will not exist. And another reason for that, a lot of individuals, they cannot get off work.
Right.
And so we even had several people not be able to attend the cocktail thing that we had because their flights were not advantageous. And of course, getting off work late, that kind of thing. So we're still in the beginning stages of all that, and it'll be all, it all works out well in the laundry. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I just talked to Grandmaster Deborah. He's got COVID.
Yeah. He texted me this morning.
Okay.
He says he's feeling really rotten. Of course, he's not a young whippersnapper either anymore. Yeah. Shoot, I've been sick ever since just before the Hall of Fame, but it's finally rearing its ugly face. So, pulmonologist has had me do a CT scan Tuesday. They think I may have a scar on my lungs associated with the heart attack I had when I was 26. And so they're taking care of me, which is good. I'm not ready to check it out yet. Okay, any suggestions, anything at all?
Yes, I would like to bring something up.
Yes, sir.
Mr. James, I apologize, but I'm gonna be throwing you under the bus. And
It's par for the course.
and Matt, unfortunately, he's not here, so I can't talk bad about him. James had an idea. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted to talk about. So in my part of the world, we actually have once you reach the rank of Shodan, we get a I guess a student visa from Humble Dojo from Japan, where you actually track down what seminars you've been to, your lineage, stuff like that. I was showing it to Mr. James here and Mr. Matt as well, and I don't know if they brought it up to you yet or not.
Well, no, he hasn't, but I know where you're coming from. We just don't have the facility to do that. It's just like when I was inducted into the, oh golly gee whiz. I can't think of the name of it now, but it was in Orlando and they had seminars out to Kazoo. They were 15 minutes long and you would have to pick and choose. Of course, they had several classrooms in the hotel. And I didn't like the 15-minute business, and because all you know, a lot of the individuals, they were just introducing themselves and what they teach, and then the seminar was over. But we've always had them piggyback as we do, because this way, I mean, you can still pick and choose. If you don't want to do one, then you got a half hour, 45-minute break until you come back for the next one.
Dr. Rankin, I think what he was talking about is more so something, it's like a memento, like who you've trained with.
Yeah.
And what he was talking about is not so much having different seminars and all of this stuff, but having an official, something like this. It's like a book where you can put your information, who you are. Maybe not for, it might not be good, might not be something that the masters might want, but some of the younger black belts, some of the Q belts might be interested in, like, okay, this is who I is. And then on the next page, hey, we went to the Hall of Fame and I learned under these three masters a little bit of something, and just have the masters have either the signature or a chop to say, hey, and that would show just kind of a memento to the person.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, this is, to them to go back and look and say, wow, I've actually trained with this person, or it's more of a keepsake. It's more of a keepsake. I personally think it's a great idea. When Cedric brought it up to me, not anything that I think it would have to be something that somebody, I don't think it would be a whole lot of work or a whole lot of bother, especially if the masters or the instructors have chops and they just stamp.
Mm-hmm.
And so I worked with Dr. Rankin on Rohi, and at the end of that seminar, they come up to you and get a chop and get there's stop, something chopped there and the date, so they know that they've worked, and so they know they worked on this. And this, I was telling them about, this is what we did for summer, because I have a commercial school, so what I did with my kids for summer. This is their passport, and every week we went to another country, and we studied the little bit about that country and the martial arts from that country. Now, and then we also related it back to karate, and this is what they're being tested on.
Yeah.
This, but something like this, I was telling Cedric, and Cedric's like, dude, I got the same idea. I want to bring it up to you. And Matt happened to be right there. And Matt was like, you know what? I love it. It's awesome. I'll bring it up to Dr. Rankin. But Matt's super busy all the time.
Yeah.
And that's why it didn't happen, because it's like, okay, Matt's got it. I'm gonna play it back because Matt said he has it. But it's, it's something we could get, I could put together. I think what Cedric wants, and I think maybe what some other people might be interested in, as far as their students are concerned, or their people that might be coming is concerned, is just a keepsake. That's really and truly what it is. Something nice, not like this, something maybe bound in leather, something like that. Or just,
Yes.
just a nice type of booklet.
Yeah.
And so they can go back, wow, in 2022, I learned Rohi with, and Grandmaster, Master Pierce stole Cedric stuff, and but it's just kind of a memento thing that they could purchase. And anyway, that's Cedric. Maybe you could explain it better than I'm doing right now, because I'm just talking.
So you are somewhat right. And if you ask my wife, I'm always wrong. But basically, it's not a memento thing. Yeah, it could be that as well. But the main primary use for it is if I don't go to seminars and I say, hey, I want to be raised up a rank, but I just train in my own school, my teacher, Juan's going to look at me, my teacher's going to look at me and go like, well, you haven't been anywhere. You haven't learned from anywhere else. You haven't done anything. You've just been stagnant.
Well, that would be something that the individual, well, I'm going to say the instructor at their school can offer that, and they can take that around. If they come to the Hall of Fame, they bring that book with them. There's a place for us to put our stuff in there, then we'll do that. But yeah, I can come up with just about anything like that. I'm good.
So
Yeah, it's just,
So-
and does anybody else have anything to add or anything to say about it?
Jason?
yeah, basically, I understand what James and Cedric's talked about. And let's say James wants to approach you, Grandmaster Rankin, about being promoted next year, but you've never met him, or really know him. It's kind of like, when in the medical field, we have continuing education credits.
Mhm.
And you have to have so many continuing education credits to renew your license. So this would be a way for the association, for people that you're promoting, with different styles, especially not just your own people, that would actually show, hey, these people are going out and seeking more knowledge. They are continuing, their pursuit on the martial arts journey. And, it's like my instructor, she's retired. So the only way I can really learn anymore is to go to seminars or go visit other schools. And, it's a passport, but it gives you something physically that if I put it in front of you, you can look at it and you can come to a solid conclusion that I have done what you've asked me, other than just me blowing smoke up your hind end.
Yeah, well, I make a requirement, which is also on our website. The individual has to give us a bio that can be verified.
About signing it.
And we had one individual from New Jersey that sounded more like a self-promotion. And then we had a high rank from our association, verified or verbally verified that everything was copacetic. Okay.
Yeah, that was that incident kind of left a sour taste in several.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, without a doubt. That's why I still have this certificate here.
Can I say something?
Yes,
You
ma'am.
know, there's a flip side to having something like that that's tangible, that you can actually present and show you've trained with so-and-so. We had years ago, up in the same town where we have our one school, a Shotokan school, who would actually advertise in the paper or wherever that he trained with this, that, and the other grandmaster, all of which we happen to know personally. And they said, no way in the world did this person ever train with us. And they never even came to a seminar because they keep track. So that is a way to be credible also in showing, yes, I did train with so-and-so grandmaster. Look, I have proof. For what it's worth.
Yeah, no, I appreciate, yeah, and I go along with that too, because it's just like I got a couple of certificates from an individual and they look phony. So, yeah, it's like you're pulling teeth to get an individual to come to your studio or via Zoom. And is this person qualified or not? I think the next time I do anything on a Zoom, I'm going to raise my standards even higher than what I had them. I mean, Susan, you've been to a lot of my tests, and so has your students. And I guess I lowered it for this one individual, and I swear I'll never do that again. If you can't get the meat, then just stay away from the butcher. So yeah, they're going to have to prove who they are, who they trained with, and it's got to be verifiable, phone numbers, death certificates, I don't care. And if we cannot locate, and that's what I would do, I would make the phone calls, emails, or whatever the case may be, to find out if this individual is bona fide.
Yeah.
If he just went through the mill and come out smelling because he paid you X amount of dollars to get promoted, then no. And there's a lot of those fly-by-night studios. There's one down here that has a very trusted name. However, he teaches craft. I got one student come over as a brown belt and is worthless, basically. And it's crazy. It's totally crazy. I knew a lot of those. I knew several studios like that in Maryland. And I said, I didn't charge that much, but everybody else did, and they were paying that so they can get a good, a fast promotion. I mean, it's sad, but it's just crazy, totally crazy. But I'll work on that and I'm sorry.
I have a comment on that. They got my vote, sir, because one, to me, it's rooted in tradition. Because I feel back in Japan, in the Orient back in the day, every master had their own little stamp. So if a student came to me and said he studied with Grandmaster Susan and he didn't have her stamp and I knew her, then I would know that it wasn't authentic.
Yeah.
And also back in the day when, at least with my master, I would only go there once a year to actually train with him. So that would give me more, like Jason said, that would give me more clarity on that I'm continuing my actual training,
Sure.
so I can get to that next level. So I think it's an outstanding idea. I think, for the commercial school owners, it would be awesome for them because it would be crazy for me to haul all my certificates around and show everybody I train with Grandmaster Rankin, I train with Grandmaster Susan, I train with Grandmaster Porter. That would be crazy. But if I just had that passport, then immediately my credentials are verified and I'm actually good to go. So I think that should be something that should be written in the Constitution. And if James and Cedric is willing to develop it, I think he should let them develop it, sir. Over.
Sure.
Sorry, that's the sergeant major.
Yeah, put the monkey on James's back. That's fine. No, huh?
All right. Okay.
James, don't worry, man. I got your back. We'll do this
All right.
together.
Said
Well,
we'll make this
we
happen.
do. The association does have a roster of promotions and what styles. And so we try to keep up with what we can as often as we can. So that is also available for credentials.
Yeah. I just think to me, like I said, when I was talking about it, is like, this is a memoir type thing for me.
Yeah.
When I saw it from with Cedric, like, wow, all these seminars I've been to, all these instructors, all these masters I worked with, grandmasters I worked with, and if I was able to get their chop or their signature saying, hey, not that I'm mastering their system or anything, but I learned joint locks.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? With this person, I studied joint locks with this person, and or whatever the case may be, and to be able to show that as a memoir to myself, but also to my students.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, I'll come up with something that will be a generic, but it would look professional.
Something that could be done with, say, the cover. Like James, he could put, the Peacekeeper Martial Arts logo on the front of it.
Mhm.
So, and put, like the USMAA logo, like underneath it. So when the student goes to another school or another seminar, his school is getting some notoriety and advertisement because people's going to see it. So would the USMAA.
Yeah.
And it would actually, I think it could kind of help spread things. Because I talk to other people and they're like, and the biggest thing that gets me, everybody gets us confused with the United States Martial Arts Association that is out in Texas.
Mhm.
That's a big controversy, because the guy told me, he said, well, I'll see you there this year. And I'm like, oh, you're coming to Florida? He's like, no, we're in Texas. You're not coming to Texas. And I'm like, no.
And
We're,
it's the same weekend.
so it would be a quick verifiable way to just put the name out there. Hate to say it, it's kind of, almost be like kind of like trading cards. Everybody's gonna want to have, the trading card that everybody's got. Everybody's got to sign it.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, exactly. All right, well, gives me some stuff to work on, which no problem. I can work something out here without any problem. I'm also looking forward to bringing in a challenge coin specifically for us. I've got several. I got one from the sheriff. I got one from it's buried in my office. In my office. The ambassador. No, it's the Secretary of the Army. Yeah, that's cool. So I've got several, and they are nice to have. People want to find out what you did. Okay, this is what I did. So I actually helped out the entire sheriff department down here when I first got here, and mainly to show my appreciation for what they do. And I didn't realize that the folks that were at the breakfast where I was giving this thing was the sheriff himself. So I told the waitress, all these guys, make sure that the check comes to me. She said, "You sure?" I said, "Yeah." And I was about to leave, and this 4-star come run over and said, "Excuse me, but sheriff would like to meet you." I said, "Where is he?" "Gentleman in his suit over there." So okay. And as soon as I went over there, all of a sudden this 4-star, I don't know what his position was. He might have been the chief of police. He hightails it outside, and I'm talking to the sheriff. He said, "You do have a few moments, don't you?" I said, "Sure, anytime to talk to you." So he comes back in and he gave me this challenge coin. Oh, that thing is so sweet. I got one from Matt when he was in the Moore Police Department. And the law enforcement ones mean more to me than several of the others. And but yeah, I've got an idea about making some for us, and but they can't be given out like candy. So if you have, when I do have them produced, if you have students that are outstanding, I mean really outstanding, more so than the Hall of Fame, then let me know, then I'll present it myself. Okay. So that's what I got in my future anyhow. Oh, let's see. All right, I've got to check on the ballroom, make sure we have plenty of room. Work on the portfolio, the coin. That's about it. That about it, y'all?
Sounds like it to me, sir.
Okay, all right. Well, it'll keep you a little bit busy, but that's all right. I don't have anything else. So if anybody has anything, please bring it up. And if anything, so it'll be fresh on your mind before we have our next meeting, text it to me, messenger it. That's cool. It's the communication that, well, you can see there's only 6 of us here. So where are all these other directors? All right.
7.
I apologize, I wasn't able to
Yeah.
speak too much. I was running a class.
Dwayne's getting ready for his job. All righty, y'all?
Dr. Rankin, you can
Yes, sir.
leave the passport idea to me and Cedric. Me and Cedric will work on that. You don't have to worry about it. We'll put something together and then present it to you.
Well, you gave me an itch,
Oh, okay.
so I'm gonna put my 2 cents in also. And then we'll just flip a coin, see which
All right.
one's gonna be shining.
All right.
If you
Well, I mean,
want-
Susan's known me for many years and, you know, she knows I'm a stickler to certain things. You give me an idea, I'm gonna run with it.
Okay.
Cedric, you were saying something, I'm sorry. Maybe you weren't?
No, actually, I was gonna say was, I think, James, do you take pictures of my passport?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Would you mind passing them over to Rankin, sir?
Not a problem.
Thank you, sir.
All right,
Done
thank
deal.
you, guys. All right, well, without any other input, I guess we say farewell until the next time.
Sir.
All right, y'all do well and stay safe.
Stay
God
safe.
bless you all.
Do you have my phone number?
Who, me?
James, sorry, I was asking James if you have my phone number.
I don't think I do, but I'm about to send you a text anyway on Messenger, and I'll send you mine.
Yes, sir. Sounds good. Talk to you guys later.
God bless
All
you
right,
guys.
good
Jason,
night, guys.
good to see all y'all.
You got it. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye.